This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium out and about. This Infinium out and about is entitled Ignore the Repackaging Process. Now, my brothers, I'm here again in the Great Bridge Lock Park in beautiful Chesapeake, Virginia. It is a hot, sunny day, hot and humid, but nevertheless, it is a nice day, and it is a great day to be alive and to be a MGTOW man. Now, my brothers, I want to talk to you about the repackaging process that women are doing now and intensively doing now. And that is basically women are trying to repackage themselves into things that they are not and trying to cover up what they are in general. And this is basically because of, I would say, the intensification of the embracement of the MGTOW philosophy and how much men are walking away from women in general and not looking back. That is one of the primary reasons, my brothers, why women are now desperately trying to repackage themselves. And my brothers, in that process of repackaging themselves, they are showing the disingenuous nature of who they are, who they actually are. Now, for instance, the network BET, which is the Black Entertainment Network, recently had its awards ceremony. I guess they celebrate the singers, the rappers, and everything that are out there. But my brothers, I don't watch that network. I have long since stopped watching things like BET, the Grammys, and all of those types of things. So when I find out about things, I find out about the incidents which happened during those ceremonies after the fact. So after the fact, I found out that there was a ratchet female rapper by the name of Sexy Red who, I guess, during the ceremony performed an act which was basically distasteful, basically showed her ultimate ratchetness, that type of thing. But what was interesting, my brothers, was what happened in the days after that ceremony. And that was black women coming out and saying that I do not approve of what Sexy Red did, and I am not like Sexy Red in no way possible. But yet, in those statements, I heard things like, I formerly did some of the things that Sexy Red did, but I don't do those things anymore. So basically, in a disingenuous way, saying that they did the things that Sexy Red did formerly and maybe still doing those things, but I am not like her. So again, saying that maybe I do some of those things, maybe I've done some of those things in the past, maybe I'm doing those things right now, some of those things, but I'm not like Sexy Red, and Sexy Red does not represent me. So there was a lot of anger and angst about what Sexy Red did and what she represented. But again, there was a lot of disingenuous back talk about her because of black women stating that Sexy Red did not represent them, even though they have in the past or are currently doing the things that Sexy Red does. So again, these women were basically saying that in the past they have had their cheeks clapped like 3 or 4s, or they may be currently getting their cheeks clapped like Sexy Red, but they are not like Sexy Red. So what this is saying, my brothers, is that these black women, here again, are trying to promote themselves as not being like Sexy Red, and in the process, trying to repackage themselves to make it seem like, first of all, Sexy Red does not speak for them or represent them, and that second of all, they are acceptable to men, and therefore there is no reason for black men in general to walk away from these black women. Now, my brothers, it's not just black women, it is women in general. Because the other thing that I've noticed in the course of the last few weeks is this. There is the ongoing nature of the kingdom spouse trend or fad, if you would call it that. And this is where women in general are promoting themselves as kingdom spouses who are acceptable to God and therefore acceptable to you as a man. Because even though, again, if they have been in the past a 3 or 4 who had their cheeks clapped on a regular basis, they are now clean as a kingdom spouse and acceptable as a kingdom spouse to you to marry, to have them in your lives. And not only that, my brothers, there is a trend of these women turning themselves into preachers, prophets, all types of things, my brothers, in an effort to repackage themselves as being acceptable to you. And to the degree that God accepts them, to the degree that they are God ordained as clean, as repentant before God, so that they are safe to be in your life, my brothers. My brothers, even more startling, I was looking through some YouTube videos just the other day, and Hannah Pearl Davis, a.k.a. Pearly Things, popped up on one of my feeds. And I looked at the video and found that she is now promoting herself as a Christian conservative who is speaking out against feminism, speaking out against all the things that have been done to men. So there it is again, my brothers, the repackaging of somebody who was an outright grifter, who had caused great turmoil in the manospheres, who tried to infiltrate herself into the MGTOW communities, who made a ton of money off of the backs of we men. Here it is again, Pearly Things, repackaging herself as a Christian conservative who is portraying someone who is saved, repentant before God, but is in actuality a disingenuous grifter who has repackaged herself to make herself look better. And the reason why, my brothers, like the women with Sexy Red, like the kingdom spouse women, the reason why women in general are hurting in every way possible. You can see, my brothers, there is video after video of these women getting on TikTok, YouTube, etc., where they have lost their jobs, where they're crying and complaining that they cannot take it anymore. They need men to help them. What is wrong with men? All these types of things. The very fact that men are walking away in general is hurting women in every way possible. And therefore, my brothers, they are trying to repackage themselves in such a way that they are now palatable to men who are walking away, and therefore making it, in their minds, no reason for men to continue walking away. My brothers, again, you have to look at what is going on beneath the surface, and you have to look at what is going on with women. The repackaging of themselves is disingenuous in every way possible. And my brothers, you have to consider that because of the way feminism, the march of feminism has occurred within the feminist plantation state, that the associated narcissism among women in general is out of control. And it is to the degree that it is at dangerous levels, in my opinion, my brothers. You must consider also that many women are resorting to drugs to deal with their anxieties, their difficulties of not being able to get men. All these things are going on, my brothers. And my brothers, you have to consider on a spiritual level, many women have literally sold their souls. My brothers, yes, it is a harsh reality, but my brothers, nevertheless, you have to consider these things when it comes to the repackaging process that is going on. Because again, you are free men. And it is women who are locked into the bondage of what they have fought for. That is the illogical ideology of feminism. My brothers, you must consider that feminism is an abject failure in every way possible. And you must consider the things that feminism generates are abject failures in every way possible. The solutions that feminism generates are failures, my brothers. And one of the solutions that feminism generated was that men were expendable to them in every way possible. Men were to be enslaved in every way possible. And so therefore, again, my brothers, the aspect of you being a slave is at the heart of this repackaging process. They want you to be slaves. And so therefore, a woman who was formerly a 304 and who is now running around with a cross on, who is saying things like, God reconstituted my hymen, and I am therefore a reconstituted virgin. My brothers, again, that is not being done to benefit you in any way. Rather, it is being done in a manner which repackages herself to give you the same old thing underneath. And what would happen to you, my brothers, if you accept something like that, if you accept a repackaged woman like that into your life, on the outside of the jack-in-the-box that you will get, it would have flowers on it, it would look acceptable, clean to you, but then when you wind that coil and that jack-in-the-box pops out, you will see the true nature of that woman who you accepted into your life. That is what the repackaging process will do to you. It will damage you. It will hurt you, my brothers. And that is why it is disingenuous. My brothers, again, if you look at things with your mind, which can critically think, you will see many, many women around you who have become fundamentally soulless in every possible way. My brothers, I'll put it to you this way. Of the women that I know or have known who are truly, truly for men in every possible way, there is about maybe 3. One of which is Erin Pizzi, who, from what I can see and what I have seen, has fought for the rights of men and has suffered greatly for the rights of men. And my brothers, I'll tell you this. Of the women that I do not know who I've interacted with in the last 6 or 7 years, it's only been 2, because I know in my mind these women would not do the things that women are doing to men. So my brothers, that count is what I can count on my fingers. I can't even include my 10 fingers in that count, or my 10 toes. That's how bad it is, my brothers. And my brothers, I would say that that count is exclusive of the women in my family. That's how bad this thing is, and that's how sad it is. That is the state of feminism and what it has done to women overall. It has put them into a state such as this, where they have become soulless, where they have become women who do not walk with morality in their hearts. All these things are happening, my brothers. And my brothers, again, repackaging does not change these things. The things that Pearly Things is doing, that does not change anything, because they are still the same women at heart. Putting a cross on and running around saying, I'm a reconstituted virgin, does not change anything, my brothers. And in my opinion, when they do those things, as a follower of Christ, it offends me even more so, my brothers. I will just say in passing. But my brothers, in this time, in what you're dealing with, these things that you see about you as a MGTOW man, all the calls for you to stop what you're doing, to stop embracing a philosophy which frees you in every possible way, my brothers. This is the time where you must reinforce what you're doing. Reinforce who you are as a MGTOW man. Reinforce what you stand for and what your heart stands for as a MGTOW man. And that is the freedom, and that is the right for all men to walk in freedom in this life in every way possible, without the oppression of feminism, without the oppression of being told that you're a slave and you're nothing more than a slave. My brothers, again, no amount of repackaging will ever resolve what is going on. Look at the laws. Look at the things that are being done. Look at what happens to men. And my brothers, again, look at these things with the critical thought processes in your mind and what burns in your heart, the desire to be free from feminism in every possible way. My brothers, also what these women are saying when they're repackaging themselves is that you don't have the right as a MGTOW man to self-govern yourself, that you are incapable of self-governing yourself because you do not have a woman in your life. That, my brothers, is as well disingenuous, because you do have the capability to self-govern. You do have the capability to go your own way and to do what you need to do, my brothers. That's what you have. Those are the powers and the capabilities of what you possess as a free man. The ability to walk in this life and go your own way as free men, no matter what. To do as you're designed to do as free men, without the oppression, without the dictatorship, without the slavery of what feminism represents to your life, my brothers. Again, look at what is being done when they're saying these things to you. Look at what is being done when they're running around and saying that, oh yes, I didn't like what Sexy Red did, but I did those things in the past. I'm doing some of those things currently. Look at what is being done. Because, my brothers, what they're saying to you is that they can also gaslight you and tell you that you're wrong for seeing through the lies that they are now pushing forth. My brothers, you have a right to be free. You have a right to walk free in this life. And my brothers, no matter what, keep that always in your mind and in your heart, that you are free men. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium out and about. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.